Hey everybody, massive thank you for you for giving me the opportunity to contribute. Awesome channel, such great contributors. Fingers crossed I live up to expectation. A lot to follow there, so thank you so much for allowing me to contribute. So this is actually my second take. The first one I had my cat walk through, so take two. My name's Ross Hunter. What do I do? So I help organisations and teams and businesses to develop leadership, to develop coaching, to develop communication. I've been in that for a few years, and I'm really kind of excited now to really talk about my previous world, and I think how it relates to what we're all experiencing at the moment and what it means to us and what we're experiencing at the moment. So I'd be really interested to share that. So my previous world prior to working in organisations and business was as head coach of the England blind cricket team. So I spent 6 years working with a team, and just an amazing experience of working with a team that had no sight or very little sight, and getting a team to develop, to perform, to operate, to trust in a very different environment. I suppose I wonder now, as we're experiencing what we're experiencing in the world, with a lot of us working more virtually. I worked with a team there that was kind of blind to each other's performance and blind to their own performance. I wonder now how much we're kind of feeling that, and that's resonating with us. This feeling of working virtually and being slightly less connected than we were previously. Are we less connected to our own performance? Are we less connected to our team's performance? And what does that mean? And there's something that's really resonated with me over the last couple of years on working in business and taking this experience of blind cricket, speaking to people around, certainly the topic of feedback and how it kind of relates and resonates with what we're all experiencing right now. So there's one really key thing that I think I noticed with the game. A real simple element that I really noticed that I think could have a real impact on all of us, and certainly myself as we experience what we are at the moment. So if we're thinking around the world of working virtually, of being slightly less connected, slightly less in understanding how well we are doing and how well other people are doing, what is it that could join the dots? What is it that could bring us all together? So just one thing I wanted to take you through. So this is the ball in blind cricket, so you can hear those ball bearings. And for those who like cricket, don't like cricket, it doesn't matter at all. It's the experience of thinking about if you had your eyes closed and you were trying to roll a ball in a straight direction, how would you know where that ball's gone? So you would have a bit of a feeling yourself. So blind bowlers, they have a bit of a feeling themselves once they've bowled the ball, whether that ball's gone in a straight direction or it hasn't gone in a straight direction. But that's a sense. They haven't got the true amount of data and information they would know to whether they performed well. So when a blind bowler bowls the ball, it's clear they're trying to bowl in a straight direction, but the key is the feedback they receive. They will receive from their teammates. Their teammate will tell them exactly where that ball's gone. So the symmetry between them letting the ball go, them hearing where the ball's going, but then also receiving some really clear feedback from their teammates, they know exactly what their performance was. And there's a few things that have resonated with me over the last couple of years around this. Is we all have intent in what we're doing. We have intent in what we're trying to do and how we're trying to perform. Blind bowlers have the intent of trying to bowl the ball straight. It's really clear they're trying to bowl the ball in a straight direction. And by piecing together their intent, them letting the ball go and then getting feedback, they clearly understand what their impact is. They clearly understand what their performance is. And working in the world of business and organisations, how clear are we, how blind are we to our own performance, and how now what we're experiencing with COVID-19 are we going to be even more blind to our performance? Without feedback, without people telling us exactly how something has landed, there are so many things in our behaviours that we do not know the impact of them unless we're told. The way we communicate, the way that we inspire, the way that we engage, that's all related to how it's received by somebody else. So we may be letting the ball go and there may be that rattle, but do we know exactly how that's landed? And there's something that I want to take from that blind cricket experience. There's something I want to take and try and bring firstly into my life as we go through this, and hopefully this will resonate a little bit more and that we can start to grow this a little bit more. There's this real simple element, isn't there, of if somebody knows what I'm trying to do, it's much easier for them to give me feedback. And I wonder how do we start to do this? How do we let people know more what we're trying to do to be able to receive better feedback? feedback that's more specific, feedback that's easy to give. How many times do you ask for people say to you, can you give me some feedback? But what are we giving feedback on? Are we giving feedback on how we feel about their performance? How do we make it clearer? How do we make it simpler? So I think we can take blind cricket. I think we can take a blind bowler and use that analogy. Why don't we start telling people what we're trying to do, what my intent is? What is my intent? If I'm clear about my intent and I tell people what my intent is, surely then they can tell me what the impact of that intent is. Why can we not become clear on that? And I really, really want to try and work out how we start to do that. So I want to start an experiment I could really, really do with your help. And this experiment is going to be this. Look, my intent through this program, through this YouTube video for you is to be engaging. I really want to be engaging. Because I know if I'm engaging, then I might have some impact. If I might have some impact, then people might start to change behaviour, might be interested in this. So I really, really want to be engaging. But how do I know if I'm going to be engaged? I might get a bit of a feel of it. Have I done a good job? Have I not? But I want to know. I want feedback on this. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, my intent is to be engaging. I'm now going to, after this video, I'm going to put a link at the bottom that's going to give you an opportunity for you to be able to give me feedback. Because if you give me feedback, then I will truly know if I've had impact. I will truly know what my performance is. If this works, if this makes a difference, then surely we can all become clearer. We become less blind to our performance, or our individual performance, become less blind to the performance of other people. So can we be as clear as a blind bowler? I'm trying to let the ball go in this direction. I'm really keen to get some feedback to understand if my ball is going the right way. Is it going in that right direction? So my intent today is to be engaging. And I would really, really love your support to work out whether I've had that impact. And if you're interested in this and even more, I'm really keen to share some more, because I think there's some unique experiences out there that really change our mindset, that really change our thinking. My think on feedback has fundamentally changed. I don't think we should use the words, can I have some feedback? I think we should be telling people what we're trying to do and trying to make it really easy for them to give us feedback. Let's have a feedback revolution. And if we have a feedback revolution, especially in this time when we're working virtually, we've got less time, we've got less connection. How can we start to do that? How can we start to speed up this brilliant process that makes us all aligned, that makes us all go in the same direction, that lets me know what your opinion of my performance is? Because then that gives me a choice. It gives me a great choice. Thank you so much for listening. Like I said, I'm going to be posting an opportunity to be able to give me feedback. And let's just see then what that does in helping us align our behaviour. Is it something we could do more of? I think all of us, 100%, I put my hands up. I need more feedback. I need to start this process. And why can't I practice what I preach? Blind cricket, you have intent, you try and bowl straight, you know what your impact is. If we start to understand this more, could that start to unlock us in changing our behaviour, us in understanding, knowing what's landing, us in understanding what's knowing, hitting the stumps and going straight. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. If you listen to this, feel free to send any comments at all. I'd love to hear them. Reach out any way you can. Thank you very much. I'm Ross Hunter.